Hi! Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing something a little different. I wanted to try a haul video. I pre-order a bunch of BL, and so over the months I end up accumulating a ton of mail to open with lots of BL merch and BL manga and all kinds of BL stuff. I figured for the month of February I would record every single thing I opened. I tried to do it week by week, but I ended up getting super excited and couldn't help myself and open things up day by day in a lot of cases. So you actually won't be seeing a lot of me. You will be seeing my hands and of course my dogs as they interrupt the recording. I'll be voicing over throughout the video, so yeah, enjoy! So here I'll introduce my hands. Yes, these are my hands. They will be our guides throughout this video. It is worth noting before we dive in, I am not at all sponsored by anyone in this video. These were all purchases I made with my own money. First up is Hanger Volume 3. I actually read all of this digitally, decided to collect it physically, but then I couldn't find the third volume. I finally found it on eBay, and unfortunately it turns out Tokyopop had it directly, but I paid too much on eBay instead. But still, I'm happy I got it before the Volume 4 release, so worth it. Next is Bond of Dreams, Bond of Love, Volume 1. I've owned this entire series except for Volume 1 forever. I can't express to you the pain I felt every time I looked on my shelf to see every single volume except for one. I found it on eBay, so I got it. I am so happy to finally complete this collection. Next up is Maiden Rose Volume 1 and Volume 2. I paid far too much for this incomplete series, but I saw the OVA, got obsessed with it, wanted to read it desperately. I paid the most out of everything in this video for just these 2 volumes, but it was so worth it to finally own them. I can only hope we get more released. I'm sending all the energy out there that we will get further volumes, but until then, I will enjoy the volumes I finally purchased for myself. Next is my Yiggybean package, and I am so pumped about this one. I very rarely ever get acrylic stands. You wouldn't know based on this video, but I promise it is a rarity. And Yiggybean is one of my favorites to buy those kinds of products from. The first couple things are Mask Danshi acrylic stands. I of course had to get the main characters together. This is such a cute and underrated series. I know it's hard to see because my lighting is garbage, but close-ups of the stands and all of the purchases will be in clips at the very end of this video, so stick around if you want some close-ups. I put everything in my nice light box and film it so you can see everything nice and clear. But the real winner in this package is the Painter of the Nightstand. This series is stunning, and stunning series equals stunning stand. I'm waiting on the side stories before I review it, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you if I have a stand for it, it's amazing, and this is no exception. Just look at it. I mean, it's beautiful. Now, I was just finishing up filming this clip when I noticed I got a note from Zinni. It was an amazing surprise, especially to find a request for my autograph. Of course, I am more than happy to oblige. Signature incoming Yiggybean. Thank you! Next is Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the Manhwa Volume 5. I'm so happy that Manhwa is getting licensed for physical release. Manhwa artists are so talented, and this is no exception. Having the Danmei series alongside the Manhwa was a no-brainer for me. Next up is Lullaby of the Dawn Volume 2. Though this is the second volume, I actually haven't read this yet. It's beautiful and I fully intend to read it. I'm just so terrified of things going out of print before I get a chance, so I have a dedicated to-be-read pile for ongoing titles like this one. But next is Romeo Volume 1. I have been waiting for this release for so long. I had it pre-ordered, then the pre-order was delayed, and I eventually assumed I would never get it. So to finally have it in my hands is amazing. And it's wrapped, so you know it's good. It looks absolutely stunning, and I am so excited to start this. Hopefully the wait for Volume 2 won't be so bad. Now I've got a nice big package from Animate. To start with, I got some cute bonus cards, which we love bonus BL. I only recognize 2 of them from these cards, but that just means more BL to discover. Thank you, Animate! What I really want to get into is this stand. Having my favorite in the middle of the night, or my darling has my favorite acrylic stand. This is my favorite couple from one of my guilty pleasure series. And the couple in question is Grim and Masachika. I have never seen merch from this series, so when I saw this, it was an instant buy. I'm beyond stoked to have this, especially of my favorite couple. It's like it was meant to be. And I was really on a roll with this purchase because next is Kabukicho Bad Trip, also the acrylic stand. This is one of my favorite short series of all time. The art is beautiful and I couldn't just get one stand from the store, so of course I got this one too. I already have a couple of stands for this series, but there's never enough merch for these BDSM baddies, and I'm so glad to add this one to my collection. Next is another Mask Danshi acrylic stand. If you can't tell, I really like this series so far. I got the two individual stands, but when I saw these two in a pair, I had to get them. They belong together in the manga and in stand form. This next one is also from a killer title from Animate. It's Toshiro-kun, Why Are You Like This? This series is hilarious and I love all of the characters. I typically don't care for these square style stands, but when I saw my boys looking all cute together, I just couldn't resist. Now this next one is a bit of an oddity. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'll probably pronounce this wrong, but I believe the series is Kiraide Isa Site? Something like that, and it's the acrylic stand from Animate. Now this one is actually from a series I have never read. It isn't currently licensed in English, but I've seen spoilers all over Twitter or X, whatever, and though I haven't read it, I'm in love with it because it's a child-rearing heavy Omegaverse. This couple is pure goals, and I just had to have this. Look how cute they are! I'm sending all the energy I have in the world that this will be picked up one day so I can finally read it. Please, Animate, it's in your store, please! Next up is Your Wings and Mine in Another Universe. This is actually made by a mutual I have on Twitter. I adore this series, and I actually proofed some of their work that we'll be seeing later in this video. They put such care and so much attention on their physical prints. How could I not get them? They are stunning, and if you've not read the series, it's free to read on Webtoon and Tapas. It's hilarious. And again, it's Your Wings and Mine. Next is Case File Compendium, Volume 1. Look at this thick guy. I love all the Danmei coming over, and I've been picking up every title I can get my hands on. This cover is stunning, and I am pumped to give this a read. Modern setting Danmei is something I really want to read more of, and this was a perfect pick, I think. This next one might be a little controversial, and I'll tell you why. It's Therapy Game Restart Volume 3. I'm really scared to admit this, but I have yet to read any of the original series, and I have not started this Restart series. I know, why the hell am I buying this then? Once again, I'm paranoid. I love how the art looks, and I do intend to read it, but I'm so scared it'll go out of print by the time I get around to it, so here I am. I promise it's on my to-be-read pile. Next up is The White and Blue Between Us. I love a good BL one-shot, and I was pumped when I saw Kodansha was dropping this one. I'm not so sure the art is my style, but I've learned plenty times now that the art can sometimes be a barrier to an amazing story, which I hope is the case here. I'll let you guys know soon. Next is probably super obvious. It's Love is an Illusion, Volume 5. If you've been on any of my social media or platforms for any length of time, you'll know Love is an Illusion is one of my favorite titles of all time. There was no question that I'd be collecting each and every volume, and of course, they're all stunning. I hate that the cover I have to show you guys for this haul has Cho on, but we can just ignore that. Next is another one I was super pumped about, which is Living with Him. You can't tell because of the cute sticker that came with this release, but this is Living with Him, Animate's first physical release in the US. Now that the sticker is out, here's the cover. It is stunning and feels like it's really good quality. This is in my backlog to review fully, but I'll just say this was well worth a physical purchase. I really hope this is the first in a long line of print releases from Animate because they have a killer BL catalog, including Kabukicho Bad Trip. Please, 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 Animate, please. Next is 98.6 Fahrenheit, Volume 1 and 2. Here we have the spicy collections of the Patreon works from the series Your Wings and Mine and spin-off alternate universe series Bloom and Zoom. It's humor. It's sex. It's proofed by me. It's everything. I love this series so much, and this was exactly what my degenerate heart needed. Next is I Cannot Reach You, Volume 7. Once again, a series I have not started yet. But look how freaking cute this is. I know it's childhood friends, which is a killer trope, and the art looks absolutely precious. As soon as this series ends, I will be all over it. Next is Star-Crossed, Volume 1. I saw this artwork and it blew me away. I knew I had to have it. Not to mention this is about a king and his guard? Knight? Something like that. And I am all in. I really want to check out more BL work from Western creators, and this was an insta-buy for me on that front. If you guys have any recommendations, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Now, this one was a huge surprise. I'm calling this the Tokyopop Mega Haul. I had pre-ordered a ton of stuff from Tokyopop directly for their Valentine's Day sale, and I wasn't expecting to get so many of them before they even dropped. Pro tip: buy direct from Tokyopop to get titles early. This is an absolute feast, and here's everything I got. Is This the Kind of Love I Want? Volume 1. Rooming with My Two Lovers. Mitsuka Volume 2. I'll Never Fall in Love with an Egoist. Heat x Beat. I may be an Omega, but I'm going to be an idol. My Love Will Last Until the End of Time. Cover My Scars with Your Kiss. Volume 1. Acid Town. Volume 4. A Kiss That Stains the Innocence. To say I'm excited is an understatement. Thank you so much, Tokyopop. I am fed. And finally for this haul, my print samples. Sure, this is a bit of a self-promo, but it's still BL. I want to start selling some signed physical editions, and these are my starting titles. I really like how these look, so I'll be ordering a larger number of these 4 titles. Link in the description to my website if you're interested. They'll be signed and shipped directly to you, with a goodie snuck in there too. So with all that being said, this is everything I got in the month of February. It was really fun sharing what I got with you guys and doing something to show off my dogs. If you'd like to see more for the rest of the year, let me know in comment below. Now back to the VTube version of myself. And that was my first BL haul video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any suggestions or if you'd like me to continue this. I definitely like the monthly format because some months I don't have as much, so I definitely want to keep it at a month. Be sure to leave all your comments down below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!